Okay, everybody. So if you are watching this, this means you got your stuff done for today that you needed to. And here's the next step. So we need to be able, what jobs can you do that came up in your things I might like to do list. So we are going to be picking out a job you could do now with a high school education and one you could do later with additional training. And these are going to be your two areas of focus for your project. So first things first, we're going to have you go to assessments, and then you should have a date down here for when you actually did your questions, which, if you guys can at least get through 100 of the 116, that's good. Okay. But that was what I was looking for you to have done today so you can do this. So please click on the date. Okay. So now you see that here's my list. I know that I have it all done because it says 116 out of 116, and I have a full gas gauge. Okay. So right now, what we're going to do is we're going to look for the job that I could do right now with a high school education. So you see where it says level of education here? You're going to unclick the C and unclick the U and only have the H checked. So only the jobs that'll come up in this list that require a high school education will be there. So then we'll say update my results so that happens. So now you can see that here is a list of jobs that they say I can do, straight out of high school. So what I'd be doing if I were you, I'd look through this list, I'd pick one of them, and then basically what you have to do after you've picked your one is I want you to come over to your student template, come to slide number 3, and right now you'd say, my job for now is, and I chose one of the ones that was on my list that used a high school education, which was an activist. So I know that once I start researching, I have to look for the skills and abilities needed for being an activist, education, some of the activities. So, like some of the things I do in a typical day when I'd come to work, the high school classes, or at least something I must be able to do, which I think an activist might have to have public speaking skills, but I'm not going to make that up or just assume. All of this information has to be found from some type of resource. So whether it's ONET, whether it is Career Cruising, or whether you're just using any old website, you have to be able to find that information. And then last but not least, my opinion and why. So if you'd put that in right now, I'd greatly appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, now we're back to the career cruising page, and now we're going to do just the opposite. Now we're looking for that job for in the future. So this is what's going to happen. We're going to have you uncheck the H, and now we want you to click the C and the U. So this would be additional training that you'd get either from going to a 2-year college or a trade school um, or a 4-year university. And then we're going to update our results once again. And now you see that the jobs are now ones where you actually have to have additional training or actually have to have a degree. So then what you'd do is that you'd pick one from this listing. Like, for example, I'm going to choose career counselor. And then you'd move it over to your slide number 4, and this is your job for the future. Once again, when you research, you got to find these same things. They got to be found on some type of website, whether it is Career Cruising or ONET or something, but it cannot be made up. Something else I'm going to be expecting you guys to do is that when you do find this information, I want you to put down the website address right here on this last slide, so that way you keep kind of like a running tab of where you're getting this information from. If you don't know what I mean by running tab, is just for right now, if you do find information on a job, so let's say, for example, a career counselor, I can find the information, a lot of the information for this project right here on Career Cruising. So I could just take Career Cruising's website address and I'd copy it. And then I can make sure that I put it right here, or I can add it here, so I can use it later. And basically what I just made it do right now is it is now a hyperlink. If I was to click on this, it would take me to the Career Cruising website and to that page. So just today is the day to get you guys started. I hope that you have good luck, and I look forward to seeing what you can do. Thank you.